Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 17th running of the Crucible of Stock Car Racing, the American 700. 700 miles, one of these 42 drivers will be crowned an American 700 champion. And in fact, only one driver in this field before has been crowned the American 700 champion once before, and that being Trek Tauger. Everybody else has never won this before. Let's go over, before we go to the starting grid, some of the things that have happened this weekend. It has been a highly packed, attrition-filled weekend with lots of drivers and teams being involved in many different incidences across the entire weekend. Namely, Sean Perkins, who isn't in the main race, was involved in a couple of incidents, and a lot of door checking, I guess, we saw with pole sitter Greg Woodard in practice, causing Perkins to spin out, and Ryan Matthews, who got in through the last chance qualifier, got into the race that way as well, or got involved in the accident as well. So there's been a lot of that's just one incident that we've seen. We saw Entity Brown, who originally made it through the last chance qualifier, but then failed post LCQ Tech. So therefore, Dane Bradley got bumped up, which was very interesting as well. Lots and lots of, we saw a very action-packed second qualifying race, along with a very, very attrition-filled last chance qualifying race. Just overall, a lot of contact, a lot of sticking your elbows out. The ARCSOA Lights race earlier today had a number of high-profile accidents. Jared Vershagen, who is starting in this race, won that event. And actually, Vershagen's going for 800 miles of racing today because they qualify in the morning, then race in the afternoon for ARCSOA Lights. So Vershagen almost at 800 miles. Of course, it's a 70-mile race, and then there was qualifying in there, so that adds a little bit more mileage there. So Vershagen should be fun to watch tonight. See if that kind of endurance might affect him. But a very action-packed race there. A lot of beating and banging, fender contact, and a lot of tensions have been risen amongst the drivers. We saw Kenny Myatt call out some drivers. Aiden Shepard called out some drivers just this morning for some of the action that we've seen on track. We saw final practice this morning before ARCSOA Lights qualifying at 9 in the morning. We saw a practice which saw some more contact between some of the 42 that are in this race. They had to do some damage repair, which makes things even more difficult as well. I think Hadeland was involved in an incident with, I want to say, who was that with? I want to say Carol Abbott. Yes, it was Carol Abbott. That is correct. It was Carol Abbott. And that caused Hadeland to get a tire cut down. So a lot of drivers have been kind of infighting with one another about how this race is going to play out, especially with the amount of contact we've seen. Another thing on the news front, we've seen a lot of political chicanery going on, including the brand new tech procedures. A lot of people don't like the new, quote, Room of Doom tech procedures that has been created by new ARCSOA technical delegate, Dr. Francis Isaacs. He of course came out of European touring car racing, and he is known for having a very, very strict system in place, which is very not beneficial for these drivers because, quite frankly, a lot of drivers that made it in through points got room of doomed, as we are kind of now describing it as an adjective or an adverb, as an adjective of what's been going on. And thus, they're getting room of doomed, and therefore not being able to qualify into the main race, had to be relegated to LCQ, and in the case of Entity Brown, in the LCQ race, failed tech, and therefore bumped him completely out of the race itself, and bumped Dane Bradley in. So there was that big tech concern. There was a tech concern about RaceBot X10000 having Tesla enters a totally autonomous vehicle, which is which a lot of drivers didn't like because it immediately goes out and wins its qualifier, and then darn near gets the pole in the qualifying session later in the night, and therefore a lot of teams didn't like that, protested it. ARCSOA said, hey, a human needs to be driving this car. You can't just have a robot in here. And now you've got Tesla now fighting back, saying that there's no rule against it and that they're going to reevaluate that after this race, which doesn't make a lot of sense because there wasn't any plans for RaceBot to show up any more races this season because he's a third driver. So we're unsure of why Tesla's pushing so hard on this, but they withdrew the 65 car completely off the entry list instead of going for a driver because that car had been amended in certain ways. So it's been a very highly political, highly angry week, and quite frankly, we kind of want to see this race get off the hitch pretty easily so that we can kind of alleviate some of those concerns. But if there's but I'm willing to bet with this being a 700-mile race, hopefully they take it easy and don't start wrecking and beating each other up and tempers flaring early on, but I have a feeling we might be seeing that today. Let's take a look at your starting grid tonight for the Crucible of American Stock Car Racing. Starting from the last spot on the grid, we have Dane Bradley. Dane Bradley, of course, is the team principal, I believe, of Bradley Automotive, and they have 3 cars on the grid with Pip Longstocking starting 41st on the grid, making it in through the last chance qualifying race. That is incredibly important for him. Ryan Matthews, I had a 70-1 odds to win this race. He's been quick all weekend, but hasn't had the luck. Going to be fun to see him. And Tim Randolph has been one of the fastest cars all weekend, yet didn't get through in his qualifying race, had to get in through the LCQ. Jared Vershegen, winner of the ARCSOA Lights race earlier today. Now he will be going for 700 more miles today. They did about 90, I think the calculation was he did 94 miles earlier today, and then in practice we're not even considering how many miles he did in American 700 practice, so he will be over 800 miles today. And Stephen Thompson, winner of the Baxter's Fried Chicken Last Chance qualifying race, he has a lifetime supply of fried chicken coming his way. Ryan Griffin will be starting at next spot on the grid. Griffin needs to have a pretty decent run in front of him. And alongside of him, you have Colin Wolf. Wolf is a one-off driver for the Bradley Automotive team. Of course, Ryan Griffin, I want to say he was quite competitive a number of years ago in this American 700, but I'm not exactly sure of that. Alex Rowan, the only Honda to make the grid, both the 2 mainline Honda cars, and Harley Fordale here, granddaughter of Do It for Dale Sr., who died in an accident famously at Talladega. He, of course, is the 8-time American Racing Championship champion. This is his granddaughter, Do It for Dale Jr. Her father didn't make the grid. This is Zayden Davidson in the Nissan. Going to be interesting to see if Davidson can perform well under pressure. And the Wrangler 91 car for Fordale Enterprises, we have Chase Dunbar. Dunbar nearly has won this race, I think on a couple of occasions, as a one-off driver in the past. Noah Hart in the Ferrari. His brother has won this race before and is now the race director. Kind of a sketchy thing there with his brother being the race director, but Noah Hart is going to be one to watch because he really wants to equal his brother. And Dylan Speeds alongside him. Dylan Speeds, of course, the winner at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and the team still claims that they won 5 flags, even though Vince Freeze was given the 5 flags victory. This is Evan Byrne in the BWT Horizon Sport car. Horizon Motorsports car, not related to the old Horizon Motorsports team that was on the grid. Interesting to see Byrne on the grid. They've been really fast, the Horizon cars have been. And Vince Freeze, the favorite, tied for the favorite along with his teammate Cody Lamas to win the American 700 this year. He will be a fun one to watch today. Next, you have Tony Elliott Sr., kind of a surprise to see the Michelson car on the grid in the Lancer Evo. And alongside, you have Julius Kostra, in the BMW car for a team that I cannot pronounce its name. Should be fun to see if Kustra can do anything in the 94 car. We've seen it before in the past where one-off cars, kind of out of nowhere, will do well in this race. Russ Pliskin in the 24 car is starting alongside Ingrid Hadeland. Pliskin and Hadeland are both favorites to do well in this event. And alongside, further up, we have Samit Ozkin, one of the drivers who is going to be something interesting to watch going forward here in a Ford car, one of the only Fords that actually made the grid, because DJ Curtis, William Brock, and Daniel Bouchard did not. The Ford factory team has gone through some pretty big changes. I believe Brock will be actually starting in place of Bouchard at Golden State Motorsports Park, which is the next race on the schedule. And Anthony Griffith, alongside the Ohio rookie, will be a driver to watch as the race keeps going. Sean Ard starting alongside of Bobby Jones here. Two drivers that Bobby Jones nearly won this race last year if it weren't for an accident. He had the dominant car of the day last year. Could be a really interesting person to watch going forward. And this is Dud Bolt. Dud Bolt, one of the Marlone Army cars that have made the grid. Marlone has been probably the fastest team so far this week. And alongside, you have Cody Lamas. Lamas is going to be fun to watch today as well. Again, like I said, tied for the favorite to win in Vegas odds. Tyler Thaber almost won, almost beat Trek Tauger to the line a couple of years ago in the American 700, and Joe Coleman, a rookie, driving for Horizon. Aiden Shepard was incredibly critical of some of the racing action he's seen all week. Should be interesting to watch. And Takumi Hirano, one of the Marlone Exodia full-time cars that are on the grid. I believe Marlone got every car in the race that they wanted to. Nick Pericles and Carter Fitzgerald are the next two cars on the grid. We are now approaching the front of the field, and we are seeing some of the stars of the series further up. Carol Abbott and Jesse Turner are starting to work up their way down the order as well. Turner's are going to be driving it for the rest of the season for Fordale Enterprises as they plan to approach the rest of the season with Harley Fordale and Jesse Turner. The legend Kenny Myatt in the Lancer Evo Team Thunder car and the 87 car of Ethan Moore will be starting alongside each other. Myatt is never performed the greatest here in the American 700, but he is looking to try and change that history. It's an all Marlone Exodia row here with Trek Tauger and Tyler Berkman on this row here. Berkman and Thaber are looking incredibly fast, and the Marlone Army is looking stronger than ever. Starting in front of them, you have Gretchen Faust in another Marlone Exodia. Going to be another driver to watch as this race keeps going with Joshua Michaels alongside. And we're now on the front row with Austin Sanders in the Tesla here. Of course, the highly controversial Tesla team. They're not speaking to anybody right now. They've gone basically radio silence other than to criticize ARCSOA officials. And on pole, we have Greg Woodard. His teammate got Room of Doom. His sister and teammate got Room of Doom. And now, Woodard will be a driver to watch going forward. With that being said, one of those 42 drivers will be an American 700 champion at the end of this race. 4.5 hours of racing ahead of ourselves. This could be a special race. But let's just hope everybody gets through it in one piece. With some of the racing we've been seeing this weekend, it's not a guarantee. And the field will roll off here at the American 700. We've done this many times before, but never have we had a field this inexperienced. Keys to winning this race. The number one key is staying out of trouble. Mainly, this is a 700-mile event. You have to stay out of trouble in this event. You have to. That's the number one key. The second key is staying on the lead lap. Staying on the lead lap is very difficult in this race. You got to do it. You have to do it, because if you go a lap down, it's so hard to get a lap back. We've seen it before where somebody's gotten a lap back to win it. I believe Sean Perkins has done it once or twice. But that is the second largest key of this race, is don't go a lap down. And the third thing is save your equipment. The equipment is ever more important in this race, especially with it being not as hot as normal. But normally this race has turned into a bit of a reliability showing, but with the heat not being nearly as high and these cars are more reliable, there's a lot more cooling to them, reliability isn't as big of a factor as it's been in the past. Oh, we got a car already breaking down on the start. That is going to be Austin Sanders is breaking down on the start of this race. And we're green here, and Greg Woodard is taken off, but Austin Sanders, that's probably going to be a yellow right off the bat. And yes, we do have a yellow flag now. There is the running order is on the side of the screen, but Austin Sanders is going to bring out the yellow almost immediately in this event. And here they come back to the start-finish line. They're already very close there. We got some cars in the fence there, but yellow flag is out for Sanders. And they are going to slow back down again here and kind of cycle back into line. That is not the American 700 start we would have liked, but Austin Sanders in the Tesla, maybe karma for calling out all the ARCSOA officials the way they did. And Sanders is out of the race. And yeah, this is it. Austin Sanders speeds up. He notices a problem, pulls off to the side there. Very smart move by Sanders here to not cause a big stack up there. But there was issues with the 007 car. Tough break for the Tesla team. Ethan Moore will lead the field out of the pit lane, though. And actually, there was a couple of cars that stayed out, that being two of the Marlones, the two full-time Marlones of Hirano and Faust. Myatt and Kostra stayed out there. So now, well, at least we're not going to get a first lap crash in this event. We are going to get a first lap caution, though. I mean, a lot of concerns were about a possibility of a first lap crash, but ooh, Dunbar very slow out of the pits. Actually Freeze as well out slowly for Shagan there, but very, very tough break there for this race to start off, as with so much hope that we had of getting off to a nice start. Didn't seem to happen right off the bat. Oh, we got the 48 car with more issues under yellow here, or we got the 48 car with issues under yellow here, possibly a tire going down, we're hearing. Luckily, they're not going green this time around, so I think the 48 will be able to get service. Oh, we got another car in the back. I think that's Matthews in the back with issues as well. We'll have to see what's up with Matthews. Tire issues for Ryan Matthews and Cody Lamas. I wonder if they hit a same piece of debris there, but they're going to bring it down pit road there, and hopefully it's nothing, or well, we're hearing it's tire issues on both cars, but hopefully nothing more is wrong with those cars. But they're going to be dropping to the back of the field, and they got really lucky that we were not going green this time, because there was original plans to have the field go green. And yes, Ryan Matthews does just get a tire change on that car, and it looks like here comes the 48 car out as well, so Matthews and the 48 will drop to the back of the field. So let's try this again. We're already 6 laps into the American 700, and we've already seen our first caution and quite a bit of drama already. We're going to go green this time here. Hopefully we can make it to turn 1 before a yellow flies. Let's see the real start of the American 700. Here we go. Green flag is in the air, and we are away. Hirano leads over Myatt. Faust didn't get going. Kostra didn't either. And it looks like, here we go, there's Carter Fitzgerald trying to make a move down the back straight, or down the front straightaway into 1. Fitzgerald was the first car to dive to that inside line on the first restart as well. And here we go once again here. Down the back straightaway, Hirano is doing a great job gapping Myatt there. Down towards turn 3 and 4. It is a very orderly start here, very spread out start. Ooh, Matthews with more issues, though. He did not get going on that start. Don't want to lose the pack this early, Ryan. But here we go, down towards turn 1 again. It is an endurance race, long way to go in this race, so if you start losing the pack early on, hope for a quick yellow, and you'll be fine. But right now you got Tyler Thaber and Ethan Moore fighting over third position now. Kostra now is trying to push more along there with Greg Woodard, our pole sitter, a little further back. Here we go. We got Myatt and Hirano, though, duking it out for the lead here. Myatt diving low. Will he be able to get the spot? Myatt has never had American 700 luck. He was the first car out, I think, last year. Hirano will lead the lap. However, Myatt would get by the inside here. As we go down the backstretch, the racing is starting to pick up a little bit further back. However, Myatt has no help down there, as it looked like Thaber was more interested in going with the 92 there. Here comes Woodard again as well. Oh, we got Moore in the fence there. Luckily, no harm, no foul there. These cars are going to look beat up by the end of this race. I can already tell you that. And here they go down the front straightaway again here. Who led that lap? It was car 40 of Myatt leading that lap. And good on Myatt to lead the race. He needs this. Never done well in the American 700 before. Meanwhile, Joe Coleman is the fastest mover through this field. He is all the way up into P number 8 now. Actually, we're going to get a re-boost here on what position he's in. P7, actually. Oh, we got somebody else in the wall further back down the front stretch. It looks like that would be... Oh, we got a car with big issues. That's Harley Fordale. Has not been able to get it off the wall since turn 4. And there's definite issues with the 3 car now. She had some left side contact as well. We have a new challenger that is trying to lead the race now. It is Tyler Thaber. He has cycled his way to the lead. But remember, at these early stages, it doesn't matter who really leads unless you want to stay out of trouble. And Hirano's trying to fight back as well. Hadeland quickly, I think, nearly got into the wall there. Thaber, oh God, that was about as close as you could get there. And actually, Hirano led the lap. We have a number of cars that have already fallen off the pack. This is Joshua Michaels, Harley Fordale, down here, of course, hit the wall there. Jared Vershagen's taking it very easy on the start here. And Ryan Matthews, of course, we know is taking it easy. There are some issues with that car, we think right now. Either that or he is just taking it very, very easy on this start here. But you can't go too easy because then this pack will swallow you back up after pit stop cycles if we get a long green flag run. In the 13 laps that this race has been underway, Tim Randolph has come from the back of the field to the front. This is one of the fastest cars of the entire weekend has been the Randolph car in the Kawartha Lakes Dodge. The Canadian-based team looking very, very strong today. They're only doing the one-off races, and they only have one car. Also, that is Tony Elliott Sr. up there as well. We have not seen Elliott Sr. really do a whole lot all weekend other than get into the qualifying race. All week, that is. And Tony Elliott Sr. doing the best job he possibly can here, running in second position. But it's great to see these cars fly up from the back of the field. We've got a second more rear pack forming here with Pip Longstocking, Carter Fitzgerald, Cody Lamas, Steven Thompson, Sam Oskin, Nick Pericles. Both the Silver Sports are back here. One of the Nissans, that's Davidson, Rowe, and Bobby Jones back here. This is you can be in a pack here. That's a good thing. And actually, there's a third pack that's going to form here in a second with some of these way back down cars here, like your Ryan Matthews of the world. But Ryan Matthews is actually probably the fastest of that group. But now this pack is starting to get racy, and that's not what you want to do. You're going to want to you don't want to be racy at this stage of the race. You want to kind of just slot in line and kind of just ride it out, really. Because if you get racy, that's when you start causing issues for yourself. And right now, we're looking for where Pip Longstocking is on the board, down in 28th position. So 27th is the 4 car here. This is the battle for 27 with Joel Coleman and Longstocking there. Oh, Dane Bradley in the fence, or yeah, that's Bradley in the fence up there. Don't want to do that too often either. We're starting to see a front breakaway group here with Tony Elliott Sr., the Kawartha Lakes car of Randolph, Myatt, Woodard, and Hirano here are starting to break away from the pack a little further back. This would be Berkman, although Berkman's trying to reel him back in, lead the pack to reel him back in. Freeze, Moore, Thaber, Hadeland speeds, Russ Pliskin, Hadeland in the fence. That's not what you want to do early in this race, is get into the fence there. One of the Ferraris all the way through this field, though, they've got to start bridging that gap little by little here, and that's what they're starting to do. That breakaway didn't last long, did it? Near calamity here when Pip Longstocking nearly got turned by Steven Thompson there. You don't want to do that too often, because if you keep doing that this early in the race, you will turn somebody. Outside of the front pack, as you can see, the majority of the field is going single file there. They are doing their best to kind of pace themselves in this race, and that's what they have to do. Going single file is the best option right now because of just the way that this race develops. You need to do that. Let me look at how astute everybody is being right now. That's what you want to do. You want to go single file, pace yourselves, get through this race, try and not go a lap down, and then hope that there's a yellow to bunch everybody back up, and that's kind of how this race kind of progresses. You need this to kind of work out. Well, Berkman is really struggling with the handling on that car. Maybe you should start running a little lower, maybe, or drop through the field a little bit, because that's not what you're going to want to do, is keep hitting that outside wall. Oh, we have our second casualty of the race. This is Carter Fitzgerald right here, blowing up the motor, and that is going to be a yellow flag right there. On lap 26 here of 350, Carter Fitzgerald's American 700 hopes are out the window, and the Matthews Motorsports bad luck will continue here. Carter Fitzgerald, Ryan Matthews has to hate seeing that driving by, but that is the 06 car grenading the motor there, and that is Carter Fitzgerald out of this event. That is not what anybody from the Northeast wants to see. Under yellow flag, Chase Dunbar would also grenade the motor, and that is another car out of this race. So we thought this was going to be a pretty decent reliability race where a lot of these cars were going to be able to survive. It's not that hot out, but apparently it doesn't appear to be that way, as Dunbar has blown up. Tough break for Chase Dunbar. He will be out of the race. He's won this, or not won it, but he's come close to winning it before. Not going to do that today. Dylan Speeds, Greg Woodard, Tim Randolph. That is Randolph. Yeah, Randolph, the 40 of Myatt, and Takumi Hirano will be the top 5. Getting back to the green here on lap 30, going on to 32 here. This is the American 700, and gotten off to a bit of a rocky start mechanically. But here we go, green flag is out. And now we're going to see the field constrict again. And we're going to see this field get very racy very, very quickly. Will this be a problem going forward? Very well might be. Here we go, down towards turn 1. It's a good start for the top, basically all the way to Noah Hart there, top 12. Then it starts getting a little shaky a little further back. We've got Colin Wolfe trying some crazy moves there. We've got the Marlone of Trek Tauger that's just trying to hold on there as well. And now the front of the field starting to do battle. Near contact there between the Marlone there and Trek and Tyler Thaber. Here we go. Down to turn 1 they go. It's Woodard versus Randolph. And it looked like Woodard led the lap, but Randolph will be taking the lead now. Again, none of this matters right now. It's all about pacing yourselves. And that's kind of how this race has got to go if you are one of these drivers. You shouldn't really be racing that hard right now. But beyond that point, it's really, we're seeing that it's not, oh, somebody's pitting in the back, I think I saw. Yes, it is. Carol Abbott and the other Tesla's got a problem. Is this a tire issue with Abbott? No, it's an oil leak. Also, we have engine issues on the 6 car. Where is the 6 right now? Oh, yeah. He is definitely down a cylinder right there. Yeah, he is. That car is sounding sick. So now the lap cars are going to be a factor in this event. If this race stays green, Michaels will be a problem so far in this event, but oh, we got a crash! We're not gonna stay green. I see Lamas around, I see Wolf around, and we got the big one. We got the big one here on lap 35. We got Harley Fordale in it, Jesse Turner, Alex Rowe, Ryan Matthews, I think, is in the fence. Yes, that is Matthews. And, oh dear, that's the big one right there. I saw Lamas on the inside there, spinning out, wildly out of control. He actually got out of that pretty decently without damage, but Hadeland with heavy damage. Tauger and Bolt with damage. Bobby Jones was involved. Alex Rowe. What happened? So we're hearing the 5 had a tire going down, and that kind of bogged the 38 down, and Tauger runs right into him. And that's where we start seeing a lot of these issues take place. So the 5 has a tire go down, and that checks the field up and causes this incident. So yeah, the 5's slowing down here. Tauger doesn't see it, and then that's where the 48 goes around. He gets into the outside wall, and that's where Coleman... there's a lot more damage to the 48 than I thought there'd be. The 3 is in it, the 2 is in it. Luckily, these were drivers that we really didn't think were huge threats. I mean, Matthews is in pretty heavy with damage. I'm not sure where Matthews got all that damage, but not a great day for the Matthews Motorsport Brigade. We're on board Ryan Matthews now. We're going to see, down low, the incident takes place. He backs off. Oh, Fordale's in there. Fordale just gets hit right into his path. What can you do if you're Ryan Matthews? What can you do? Trek Tauger is wearing our helmet cam, and we're going to see here, he's going to go down low, and to be fair, he didn't even see the 5 down there in front of the 38, but he should have been paying attention to the 38, not going very quick there. Kind of a brain fart move there by Trek Tauger. We're on board Cody Lamas now, and you're going to see how this all takes place, just right in front of the field. Oh, Lamas right at the end there got a piece of that. And just, what can you do? On board Ingrid Hadeland. And yes, just you can't avoid a situation like that easily. So you're going to see here, this is the last look we're going to take of it. The 5 is going to have a tire going down. You can see it in the middle of the corner. He goes down low. He doesn't realize that the 38's behind him. And then just all of a sudden, cars are everywhere in the back. And really just nowhere for anybody to go. On the screen, you can see the cars that have all fallen out after that incident there. We have a number of cars 1 lap down after that from damage repair. Verschagen also had a really slow pit stop there. He's a lap down. A number of cars actually didn't pit, and that kind of hurt them there. Michaels, of course, got some engine damage, we know. Cars out of the race. We have Hadeland at the 62 is out of, I want to say that is, Turner is out. Rowe is out. Matthews did fall out of the race from that. And the 90, those were the ones out in that incident there. The 91, I believe, was out in that last caution as well. So 40 laps in, we've already seen our big one, hopefully the only big one of the day. Kind of a weird one because we don't expect a tire to cause the big one here, but that's what seems to happen. Ethan Moore will lead the field back to the restart here, and away we go. Oh, Joshua Michaels is slow on the restart here. Very, very slow. Verschagen's going, oh boy. Come on, everybody. Come on, give space, give space, give space. And Michaels is just out there to try log laps. Because remember, they're actually going for team points because they're supposed to be racing longer than this. Tony Elliott Sr. is another driver. Dunbar will be in his car the rest of the season, hopefully. And now we got Kostra now, trying to go for the lead now of this event. Again, hopefully we are done seeing the big one in this race, but there are only right now 26 cars on the lead lap. So, and it's only 41 laps into the race, so it is going to be a game of who can stay on the lead lap. that's just how this race is going to work. And we do have some very slow cars out there. We have Joshua Michaels and Trek Tauger, who are only clocking about 180-something miles an hour when the field is doing 210 down the straightaways. And we do have some very slow cars out there. We've got Joshua Michaels and Trek Tauger, who are only doing about 185 mile an hour when the field is doing 210. Of course, we've got the 40, for the most part, destroying right now. And Longstocking now is trying to get a lap back, but I don't think that's going to be the easiest thing on the planet here. Here comes Tauger, is going to be a factor in this here. We're going to stay with this, I think, here, because we're coming up to the 100-mile mark. And, of course, you almost have to take this race in stages, as the 100-mile mark is incredibly important. As almost in stages, Mayak goes low from the lead of this race. Everybody is cycling underneath. Oh, we got a caution! There goes another incident here. What was that? What was that? And that's a bunch more. What was Pip Longstocking doing? What was he doing there? And we've got another incident here. And the 82 has taken the lead. He will lead at the 100-mile mark, but this is exactly how we thought this race was going to go. There was going to be a lot of incidents in this race, and, well, there was another one. So, yeah, we're watching Pip Longstocking. He's got a mile underneath him. He just turned him. I don't understand what the point of that was, but Longstocking goes up into the fence. This is actually going to bring out a red flag because they got to do some catch fence repair. And again, a bunch more cars that really didn't need to be taken out there. Dud Bolt, Ethan Moore, one of the fastest cars of the day so far, out right there. And Ethan Moore is just driving along here. Accident takes place, and, well, he thought he made it through, and then right there. What can you do? There was a lot of concerns about the inexperience of this field here, and it's really showing how inexperienced this American 700 field is here. I mean, Ryan Griffin in it as well, one of the fan favorites taken out there. Dane Bradley, feel-good story where he didn't make it and then luckily got in there. Ethan Moore, a redemption story out there. All because Pip Longstocking really doesn't know what he's doing. We are on board with Pip Longstocking here, and that's inexcusable. That is absolutely inexcusable and takes down a bit of the catch fencing doing it. I don't get it. One more look at this incident and just, what can you say? It was just a stupid move there by the 26 car. And that was only going to be a 4-car incident there until Rowe gets dolted by, I think, Moore there. Or something along those lines. Well, a couple more cars are going to fall out after that one. And our pole sitter, Greg Woodard, has a problem. He has a fuel system problem with that car, and he is going to fall out at the 100-mile mark of this race. We're 1/7 through this race, and it's already been a long one, to say the least. But Woodard is going to be out. Also, congratulations to Zayden Davidson. I thought it'd be Ozkin leading it there at the end, but it was Zayden Davidson leading at the 100-mile mark. That is always, it's kind of a fun thing that happens in the American 700, where the leaders at each mile marker, each major mile marker, the 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, get a little award at the award ceremony tomorrow, and Zayden Davidson's going to get that award today. Cool to see that. Out of the race after that incident, we have Ryan Griffin and Ethan Moore being the only 2 cars out after that incident. Again, we still have 34 cars still running after all these incidents. That's kind of a shock. But, and then Greg Woodard, actually 33 cars running with Woodard falling out. Only 23 cars on the lead lap after 52 laps. That is not what we want to see, to say the least. Not at all what we want to see. Meanwhile, Zayden Davidson will lead the field back to the green flag, and away we go. Here we go. Green flag is out. Oh, we got some slow ones in this lap down pack here. And Tauger's one of them there. I mean, really, Tauger shouldn't even be out there, but he's not technically below minimum speed to black flag him yet, so they're keeping him out there, but oh wow, somebody's way far back there. What is up with Aiden Shepard? That cannot be legal. He's going 158 miles an hour. That has to be minimum speed. Has to be. And it was a fuel system problem for the 16 car, and Takumi Hirano now is also on pit road as well, long stocking it as well. We're not doing well with the mechanical problems so far in this race early on here. Seems like these cars just simply weren't ready. The 96 car is slowly trying to get up to speed here. 92, that is, not 96. And Hirano goes from one of the best spots on the grid, down to a lap down. So again, lap down is going to be a big importance here. You've got to be really careful you don't get caught too many laps down. You can maybe go one down, but you're not going to go more than that. Kenny Myatt, though, is leading this race over the 83, which is Ozkin. And again, you got to keep calm in this race, everybody. I mean, it's a 700-mile race, not a sprint like you're used to seeing. And the 83 of Sean Ard from the lead of the race has a problem with his car. He's getting into the wall, and this is going to bring out another yellow flag here on lap 56. So that's a yellow. Not sure what happened to Ard there, but it's definitely a mechanical problem. And we're hearing it was actually a brake shoe explosion that took Ard out of this race. So not sure how that affected the car there, but Sean Ard probably is going to be out of the race after that. And it does appear that they're going to try and fix Sean Ard's car simply for points value now, because it seems like, remember, only the top 25 get points, but at this rate, there's not going to be many of these cars left at the end of this one if it keeps up like this. So remember, finishing is just as important, probably, if you're a points contender as it is for anything else, because remember, it is a double points race. Zayden Davidson will lead Noah Hart back to the green. Remember, Noah Hart had a mechanical issue earlier in this race, and away we go. It looks like, bad start by Anthony Griffith there. Here we go now. It looks like Ard's already trying to get some spots back that he lost out on there. Vershagen's trying to get back on the lead lap as well, trying to dive underneath everybody there. Probably a good move here, but we need to get into the rhythm of this race. Normally we get a bit of a rhythm in this at the start, but we're not seeing that right now. We're seeing just a lot of very aggressive racing here as, oh gosh, Noah Hart looks slow. I'm sorry, Shepard looks slow, I'm sorry. Not Noah Hart, that is Aiden Shepard there. But there is just a lot of aggressive driving there as Noah Hart takes over the lead of this race. And I like what Kenny Myatt's doing. He's seeing this pack and wants to just get away from it as quickly as possible, but in that case, you kind of have to drive through it to be in the safest spot, because we've seen being in the back in this race has not proved well for a lot of people. Sean Ard is already looking to try and get one of his laps back here. Ard is probably one of the fastest cars on track at this moment. Yes, he's second fastest, only ahead of Tim Randolph. He is the second fastest car on the track, and if he can come from 2 laps down to win this race, that will be something impressive. And I think you've got Kenny Myatt as, for the most part, controlled this race from the start of it. Is Myatt just going to let him go is the thing. Is Myatt going to let this is a very slow start to this American 700 with a lot of cautions in it. If Myatt just lets him go, he's still going to be a lap down. Granted, he is, the 82 is the fastest car, not the 83. My apologies, the 82 is Ozkin in second in line there. Myatt's been controlling this race, though, and despite the 83 being one of the fastest cars right now on the track, he's clawed his way through the entire pack. Will Myatt get him a spot as quickly as possible here is a good question. Considering Myatt and Ozkin are kind of switching back and forth the lead lately. And like I said, from the start, Myatt has been the dominant car, it seems, so far. I'm interested to see... Actually, Team Thunder has a really good package now, as here comes Anthony Griffith down the backstretch, trying to take third here away from Russ Pliskin. Anthony Griffith... Or, I'm sorry, Will Myatt and Oz can just let the 83 go and get one of his laps back. It's interesting to see Team Thunder's strategy in this. They are right now working... Myatt and Griffith are working really well together here, and of course, Myatt is, of course, a multiple-time... winner in this series, never won this race, never won a one-off race for that matter, but they're working very well together, just trying to organize how this race is going to play out for both of them. It's very interesting to see how they're making this work, because now we're starting to get into that green flag running that we need to in this race, and hopefully we can attain this, because we're not even to the 200-mile mark yet, and we're nowhere near go time yet. Evan Byrne right now is reporting a vibration in that car. Here on lap 82, Evan Byrne is reporting a vibration in that car. He is still running full speed, but it's going to be something to watch as this race keeps going. Byrne will be a driver that could be a bit of a factor here. He has done very well in this race so far. He is up in 6th position. And if we really need any more mechanical problems this early in the race, I don't think so. Oh, we have Dudley Bolt with a tire going down, and I think this is going to be a yellow flag here. We also had another car bringing it down pit road, I believe in the back as well. But Dudley Bolt, yeah, it was Pip Longstocking in the back, has to come down pit road. But Dudley Bolt with a mechanical problem there. Oh, we got a car in the fence that looked like Ozkid got in the fence with Jones there. We're going to have to see that one again. And this is what actually brought out the caution, is Ozkin getting into the fence here, and they brought out the yellow for that. But, yeah, not what we expected there. But luckily, it seems like the drivers and teams are all going to slowly bring it back to the yellow flag here. And maybe we can get some green flag running in after this. Coming to the restart, the 8 car, Jared Vershegen would have an issue with his car. Looks like maybe a tire going down there. Maybe the tires are a bit of a problem, but Julius Castro would lead on the restart here. Evan Byrne in second. They checked the vibration out. Nothing of the sorts there. Green flag is out and away we go. But yeah, top problems for Jared Vershegen. I mean, the 8 car really didn't need that. Hopefully he can get back going very quickly here, but again, we're going to have another crazy restart approaching the 200-mile mark. Of course, there is financial bonuses for leading at each 100-mile mark interval we get, so there might be some incentive for these drivers to get a little bit more aggressive for that extra bonus there. We saw Davidson lead at the 100-mile mark. There are 19 cars still on the lead lap here at the 200-mile mark here, and it seems like that incentive is going to be important for these drivers, as here we go down towards turn number 1 and 2 again here. Anthony Griffith, and it seems like Team Thunder has probably the best cars out there right now, because you've got, oh, we got Costra nearly getting turned there by Pericles. Let's go take a look at that again. That could have been bad. And this is something that almost went very badly for Julius Castro. Luckily, he brought it back in and saved it. That could have been horrific. New leader of this race, so we haven't seen Stephen Thompson up here yet today. Of course, in the one-off, not in the one-off, but in the last chance qualifier, Stephen Thompson looked very, very quickly. Looked very quick. Oh, look at Tony Elliott Sr. way down low. There, we're coming up to 1 till the 200-mile mark here. And remember, there is, like I said, some financial bonus here for the driver who leads at this. So we're seeing Noah Hart starting to make a charge for it. Maybe Kenny Myatt will make one too. But Thompson has been quick all day. Vershagen's going to go a second lap down, it looks like. And I don't think Myatt's going to hold up much of a threat for that crown there, but here they go into turn number 3 and 4. It looks like Noah Hart is going to lead at the 200-mile mark of 700 here. We're 2/7 of the way done with the American 700. Hart will get the financial incentives of that. However, race leader Steven Thompson now is reporting the same vibration kind of feeling that Evan Byrne was reporting. So now we've got the race leader with a possible vibration here. Again, this race has gotten a lot more chaotic than we thought it would be. The 070 is also reporting a battery acid leak. That's, didn't think I'd see that today. But a battery acid leak on the 070, and now there's Cody Lamas, who is on the lead lap and not doing very well. But the 070 is 2 laps down right now, not doing very well. 19 cars on the lead lap, going to be 18 if caution doesn't come out to save. Car in the wall! That is Aiden Shepard, whose day has been an absolute misery, and that will be a yellow. And this is a weird one. In a straight line, it looks like he just blows a tire here and just right into the wall. And that is a yellow flag here. We saw some incidents like this last year, and unfortunate for Aiden Shepard. And here they come down towards the pit road now. We're going to actually take a look at this pit stop cycle because it's going to be interesting, I think, because of the way that the pit stops are going to play here. Let's see. Is there a pit road cam? Yes, there is here. Right now on the screen, it's going to be interesting to see who comes out in the lead because now you're going to start getting into the... We haven't had a green flag pit stop cycle yet, but... yeah, it's been interesting to see how this race is going to play out, especially with the mechanical issues so far. Fastest cars has been Tim Randolph. He's worked his way up to the front of the field. And slowest car has actually been the 6 car of Michaels. He has not had a good race. It looks like the 57 will be the first car off. That Joe Coleman in third coming off there. Good on Joe Coleman. I think he was involved in a wreck earlier. Good on Joe Coleman getting back out there, though. Believe it or not, though, we still have a lot of cars left in this race. It's just not a lot on the lead lap. Tyler Berkman, very long stop up there. There's something wrong with the Berkman car, I believe, as Aiden Shepard has also rejoined the race. He is 4 laps down after some rather strange tire failure there. He's had some... really bad luck in this race so far, but keep in mind, finishing it might give you points. So, and actually it's going to be Berkman going a lap down, so we're going to be down to 18 on the lead lap. I think we had 25, something like, we had like 13 at the end of the race on the lead lap, so that's going to be something to watch, I think. Oh, we got Shepard coming back down pit road again. Berkman would join the race again, though. Be at only 1 lap down. So the cars 1 lap down are Jones, Hirano, Wolf, Bradley, Berkman, and Berkman are the only cars 1 lap down. So it's going to be interesting to see how they perform. You've got Jared Vershegen, the first car 2 laps down. Steven Thompson will lead the field back to the green here, and away we go. We got a lot of one-off cars, or cars that haven't done a full ARCSOA Elite Series race at the front of the field. The first 3 cars all are. Down to turn number 1 they go. Bobby Jones is, of course, 1 lap down. He's going to try as quickly as he can to stay on the lead lap. And here we go. Good start by Thompson there. However, there would be another yellow here as Trek Tauger would have a problem with his car and bring it to a stop on the inside here. This would be another yellow flag here on lap 120, so again, it's been more cautions than green here in this American 700, it seems like. So as we line up once again here, Steven Thompson continues to lead. He has been becoming, at least during this stage of the race, the dominant car of the day. We saw Myatt kind of start off kind of trying to pace this race, but we're going to go back green here. Away we go, down towards turn number 1, and this is where things are going to get, again, very interesting as we get up to speed. Can we keep this race alive long enough to see some good results out of this? We hope to see that, obviously, because we haven't seen it yet from this event. Looks like, though, very slow start by Steven Thompson there. Down towards turn number 1, down towards 3 and 4 they go. Looks like the 5 is going to take over the lead of the race. Thompson in the fence. And now we've got the 5, maybe the 80 has the lead. Yes, the 80, I think, just took, no, the 35 took the lead. Where's the 35? 35 is up here of Tony Elliott Sr., driver that we don't know much about, actually. Just kind of showed up here on this team. He is also one of the big shots of the Michelson team, who is here this weekend. 38 car is having a misfire on his car, so that's going to put, he was only one of the ones that were 1 lap down. That's going to put him in a really precarious position here. As we look at the front of the field there, you can see who is running where. And the 38 car is going to be struggling, I think, a little bit here with the speed left over here, but again, average speed of only 148 miles an hour for the American 700 is quite frankly sad. Oh, we got Dylan Speeds blowing up here, and he was on the lead lap when he blew up. So that is another car from the leading group. We're not even to halfway yet, and we're only going to have something like 15 cars on the lead lap. I think if this trend keeps up here, but Dylan Speeds, grenades the motor, yellow flag is out. And that will be the end of the day for Dylan Speeds. It's just a heartbreak for him because he was one of the ones that we were watching in this race. And at the same time, another lead lap car has issues. This is Vince Freeze blowing up the motor. So Freeze is out on 140 as well. So at this rate, all the lead lap cars are going to fall out, and then somebody from a number of laps down is going to win this race. But Vince Freeze, with some mechanical problems, he's out of the race, and we're hearing Julius Costra has fuel line issues with his car, so Costra might be falling out as well. It's been a wild American 700 so far. We didn't think that reliability was going to be much of a factor in this race. Certainly, we underestimated that. We're only a handful of laps away from the 300-mile sweepstake for whoever gets the 300-mile in this. Remember, there is prize money on the line and a nice little trophy from the American 700 Awards ceremony here. Russ Pliskin is currently leading. We had Noah Hart leading it earlier. Of course, Noah Hart was involved in the big one of the reasons why the big one happened, but didn't get any damage from it. And here we go. Green flag is out once again. And again, here we go. Turn 1 now. We're filing down there. And again, how aggressive will these drivers be to get that elusive 300-mile marker crown? 145 average speed. That just shows how slow this American 700's been so far. We got to get some green flag running in here. We just have to. Kenny Myatt and Russ Pliskin have taken off. Tony Elliott Sr. has as well. Sean Ard, still only 2 laps down, I believe. And him and the 070 are 2 laps down. They're going to try as quickly as they can to get at least one of their laps back and hope for a yellow. But it's going to be difficult. It's so difficult to get a lap back here. The 8 is also 2 laps down, along with 462 and the 327. But again, it's all down to what Myatt does with this. Is Myatt going to let the Tesla and Ard go? You also have Davidson coming up there. Is Ard going to help his teammate try and take the lead? Is another big question here. Ooh, but Davidson's really forcing the 57 way, almost to the apron there, trying to make that move work. You don't want to do that too often, everybody. I mean, that can be a little aggressive there. But right now, actually, it looks like Abbott is going to get one of the laps back. Only 3 cars 1 lap down other than Abbott right now, that being Hirano, Jones, and that would be Dan Bradley, who is, I think, damaged. Wow, 4 wide battling for the lead there. Myatt's going to get to the wall, try and get out of that. Is Pericles on the lead lap? Yes, Pericles is on the lead lap, so look how close everybody is at the front of the field. Hirano is trying to get back on the lead lap, and Hirano was one of the dominant cars earlier in this race. He pushes Thompson to the lead. Now, immediately, he's going to want a yellow as quickly as possible here. Because he is, oh, we're going to get one! Pip Longstocking is blown up. And so now the question is can Hirano get his lap back? Will Faber let him get his lap back? It looks like it. Hirano is going to get back on the lead lap, so that does prove that you can get your lap back, but Pip Longstocking, who's been a bit of a weapon today, is going to be out of the race. But yes, another yellow flag. Didn't take long, did it? And unfortunately for Takumi Hirano, it didn't even really matter because he was put, again, one lap down because of a slow pit stop. So, again, Takumi Hirano's going to have to fight to get back on the lead lap. I thought he got back on the lead lap, but apparently not. Nick Pericles leads, though, and he did lead at the 300-mile mark. So Nick Pericles will get a nice little trophy and some prize money for that. We're now approaching the halfway mark of this event, though, at 175 is halfway, which I believe there's another award for leading then. Here we go, once again, it's going to be Pericles leading on this restart, and here we go. Green flag is in the air, and away we go. Nick Pericles, first time we've really seen Pericles that close to the front of the field all day. Pericles gets a great jump there, and off we go for turn one. This is what we gotta see here. And then Anthony Griffith is another driver that is very strong so far in this race. Again, it's all gonna come down to how you handle lap traffic. Hirano, of course, being a lap down. Gotta try and get back on the lead lap, but here comes Griffith now. Diving for the lead here. And again, we're back to trying to see if we can get a bit of a flow going in this race. It's been a very choppy one. Right now, Jones has worked his way onto the lead lap, and Art has gotten one of his laps back. But again, it's all down to how cautions fall now for these two drivers. Whether if they get one of or two of their laps back, that is incredibly important for them here. Again, their main purpose is to try and get a lap back. Try and steal a lap back here is their main purpose now. And as we start falling more and more cars out of this race, it's going to get harder to do that. Unless you just have outright pace on everybody else. As we go through the field here, there's a number of drivers here that quite possibly need as good of a result as they can get. Kenny Myatt and Sam Ozkin, I remember they were dominating earlier in this event. And now they are nowhere, basically. 10th and 11th on the grid right now. I think maybe Myatt's just playing it cautious now. Just kind of slotting through the field here, knowing that there's probably going to be another caution pretty quick. Noah Hart was on the lead lap, but actually pitted. This apparently looked routinely scheduled here. I'm not sure why they're pitting Hart like this. Maybe they're expecting a green flag run here, but this looked like a scheduled stop by Noah Hart. This could either be a really genius pit strategy call or a really stupid one, especially if he loses the pack. It's looking more stupid than genius. Apparently, alarms are going off in the Tesla camp because Carol Abbott might have another issue with that car. We're not getting any radio confirmation, although mainly they, I think, use scramblers to scramble radio communications to their driver there because you never hear anything. But Abbott's got apparently a vibration registering on their alarm system, so got to be careful about Carol Abbott now at this stage. If your name is Julius Kostra, Kenny Myatt, and, well, Jared Rashagan's already a lap down, you're starting to get worried because you have now lost the lead pack. And you're 8 seconds behind the leader and falling very quickly. You're going to need a yellow very soon here, or else you guys might be under threat to go a lap down. Well, the way that Takumi Hirano and Sean Hart have been racing, you might get a yellow pretty quick here. Oh, we got Gretchen Faust with a problem, and we got a yellow flag out for that. And this is at the halfway mark, so Tim Randolph's going to lead at the halfway mark. But Gretchen Faust has had a total engine die. There's no power whatsoever there, and I don't think she's going to be able to get it back to the pits. So another yellow flag, but this saves a lot of drivers here. Cody Lamas was looking not very good right there, but this really messes up Noah Hart, who in the 5 car just went a lap down. And now you've got the 46, who I'm not sure what she's doing, but Faust is being very, very coasting on pit road here. Very, Anthony Griffith isn't very happy with Faust, I can tell. What's going to happen when Faust has to get to her pit box, I wonder? Okay, Griffith has to come in first, so... I guess maybe they got that car started again, but there are some big-time problems with that car, and I'm guessing that's going to be terminal for that car, but... Oh, Faust is actually holding up Berkman there, but I think this is going to be Faust being pulled out. Yes, it is. And actually, it was Anthony Griffith that was credited leading at the halfway because his pit box was past the start-finish line, so he will get the bonus for the halfway leader bonus, but... Whew, it's been a strange American 700, to say the least. We have not expected to see this, but yeah. Anthony Griffith led at the halfway mark. At the halfway mark, we only have 14 cars on the lead lap now. We're going to take a look here at it. Our 14 cars on the lead lap are Thompson, Randolph, Davidson, Elliott Sr., Byrne, 82 of Oskin, Pliskin, Kostra, the 80 of Thaber, Pericles, the 01 of Coleman, Griffith, Lamas, and Myatt back there as we go back green flag racing. Dudley Bolt got a lap back, actually, there. And, oh, wow, looks like this field really got spread out here. And this is not what anybody further back wanted to have happen, is get caught behind all these lap cars. We got some really quick cars back here. Oh, Pliskin with issues. Yeah, Pliskin with big issues here with that 24 car. And that will be another car that's probably going to have to pit. No, he's not, though. Tyler Thaber also with issues there. I'm not sure what's wrong with Thaber, but not nearly running as quickly as he should be running. And I'm wondering if there's problems with both these cars. And they're actually throwing the yellow flag again here because apparently there's something on the track that they're saying is out there. So they are bringing out the yellow once again here. I'm not sure for what reason they're doing that, but they are bringing it out again. So, and actually with the way Ard and Thompson are racing there, if they didn't, they'd probably have to have a crash cleanup anyway, but they're going to look at some debris on the backstretch. Tim Randolph will lead on the restart here, and I wonder if they fix the issues with Pliskin and Thaber there. We'll take a look at that in a minute, and away we go. Randolph gets a great start there. No, they did not fix the issues with those cars. They did not get going at all, either of them did, and they're on the lead lap, too. Oh, boy. All we need is more mechanical problems in this event, and that's what we're going to get here, it looks like. And those two cars are dangerous, how slow they are out there. Down the backstretch they go. There's a very real shot a one-off driver is going to win this event, I think, because all the full-time cars are falling out left and right, so... Tim Randolph has been one of the fastest cars all weekend here in... Yeah, they're slow. Pliskin and Thaber, I don't know what happened to them, but they're slow out there right now. They're actually a little quicker than they were, though. Thaber, I think Thaber's the big catalyst here out of those cars that aren't performing well. And Tyler Thaber would get lapped at around the 400-mile mark, so that is another car being held up badly there. Kenny Myatt also got held up by Thaber pretty badly. Another couple cars here. That would be Shepard and Lamas. They're not doing well. Lamas has just been barely holding on all race so far to not go a lap down. Pliskin not doing well either. We're coming up to the 400-mile mark, and it looks like it's going to be Stephen Thompson leading. Oh, no, we got one more lap for the 400-mile mark. So one more to go for that. Will Randolph try and make a run for the money? It looks like he's going to. Elliott Sr. is back there as well. And this is where things are just... That top five, three one-off drivers and one real driver, full-time driver there. And Stephen Thompson is looking very, very quick here. And it looks like Stephen Thompson will lead at the 400-mile mark. And Russ Pliskin is another car that we're going to have to watch going a lap down here, because now, here they come. There's Trek Tauger and Alex Rowe there. How is Stephen Thompson going to get by these lap cars is a good question here. Oh, a little bit of contact there with Zayden Davidson and Takumi Hirano there. Noah Hart's going to try and get by on the inside. And just shows how quickly this can go nutty there. Takumi Hirano gets into the side there of, I think it was Trent Tauger there, or maybe Alex Rowe. And again, Pliskin now goes a lap down. That is the last thing you need here in this event. You do not want to go one lap down. It's kind of the rules of the game in this. Sam Odoskin from the lead lap would have to bring it down pit road here. Apparently, he is on a different fuel strategy than a lot of drivers, so he had to quit a quick splash of fuel there. We're actually starting to see some green flag pit stops. We might be getting a little close to it, so that should be interesting as we get going here. But he is now a full lap down, though, leading, I believe, only 10 cars on the lead lap. No, maybe 11, because we've got a couple cars on the tail end. 462 car of Tyler Berkman is dropping fluid on the track here. He was running all the way down in 19th position there, a number of laps down in the 462. 2 laps down in 20th now. They're saying it's a coolant leak on their system here, but it looks like here comes Zayden Davidson now trying to get the lead back from Stephen Thompson. Not going to get it there, though. Lap traffic is being a big problem now as Tyler Faber is holding up Zayden Davidson now. And, well, you don't want to do that too often, as Zayden Davidson is one of the fastest cars on track right now. And oh gosh, something's wrong with Kenny Myatt. Myatt's car isn't as good either as it was earlier. And Myatt's really struggling as well. Myatt was controlling the pace earlier in the day, but it's been the Stephen Thompson show ever since. And it's been a fantastic showing for Thompson. And it wouldn't be long before Evan Byrne would have issues and bring out the yellow himself, so tough break. And because of that yellow flag, Noah Hart and Tim Randolph, I believe, would get a lap back along with Jared Vershagen and Tyler Faber. They would all get one of their laps back. Vershagen now is only 1 lap down, while Randolph and Hart are back on the lead lap now. Kostra is leading this race, though, right now. Oh, is there a problem with Stephen Thompson, maybe? Maybe. Stephen Thompson leads on the restart. And, oh, is that Coleman second? No, Coleman is lined up in the wrong line. He has rear end damage. Not sure why he has that. Very strange restart. We got cars lined up in the wrong lane, all kinds of stuff. And very slow cars all over the place. But Stephen Thompson just got a huge lead out of that. And I think they might actually have to throw another yellow, because there was a lot of cars not in the right line. And that's exactly what they did. Pliskin and Coleman are not in the correct line on the restart here. Kind of a mess up here on these two drivers' parts, or race control. No, race control we think messed it up, so they're actually going to throw another yellow here. As you can see on that restart, those two cars were not in the right line. Coleman, of course, had some pretty heavy rear end damage from an earlier accident. And, well, they threw the yellow again for that, so we're under yellow again. And here we go. The top 8 are on the lead lap, and I think we've got everybody lined up in the correct line. Here we go. It is Thompson, Kostra, Griffith, Elliott Sr., Randolph, Lamas, Hart, and Myatt are on the lead lap here, and they're going to need to get going pretty quickly here, as it didn't look like Elliott Sr. got off to a great start there. Neither did the 57 for that matter. A lot of cars are going to get back on the lead lap, I think, here, especially if there is a quick yellow, because Anthony Griffith now is going for the lead. And what a messy start. So yes, we are now on lap 250. We're coming to the 500-mile mark in this race. And we have Anthony Griffith and Kostra battling for it here. Some of these cars are starting to look like war wagons right now. On the front stretch now, it looks like Kostra is going to lead at the 500-mile mark. Thompson did not get going there. Here comes Kenny Myatt out of nowhere now with Tim Randolph here. Randolph was a lap down. Myatt's been almost nowhere since the first 100 miles of the race, and now he's back up in the pack, so it was maybe just a hold back kind of situation here for the 40 car. Joe Coleman, though, is going to hold up Costra, I believe, a little bit here, and Costra has to drive to the inside line. It looks like Thompson just lost all his momentum there, really. And, yeah. Thompson is not doing what he wants to right now. Oh, Coleman is not handling well either. At this rate, we might see our next accident here, but we're under 100 to go in this American 700, and it's picking up quite quickly. And for all of Myatt's sandbagging at the start of the race, now he is up in this lead pack fighting for this win with 100 to go, with 200 miles to go in this event. Kenny Myatt now is a threat. And Stephen Thompson looked like he is really falling off the cherry truck here. He is down in fifth with Noah Hart here, but I wouldn't count anybody out yet. And Tim Randolph, who was almost out of this race, nearly won the American 700 last year, I want to say. Now is fighting quite to win this race again here. He was almost out of it by going a lap down. And now the top four is all right there. Fifth place now is Noah Hart. Sixth place has now fallen to Stephen Thompson. So Stephen Thompson has fallen quite quickly. And then seventh is Cody Lamas, who has been absolutely nowhere all day. Although he stayed on the lead lap, which is basically what he needs to do if his car's got issues. Again, there are 23 cars on the lead lap, and Kostra's finally going to try and make a move on Myatt now. Here we go. This is racing at its finest now. We've got maybe only about 8 cars that have a shot at this right now. I mean, you've got maybe if the Marlone of Hirano, if Jones could get up there. There's a lot of cars one lap down. The 8 of Vershagen. Oskin's on a lap down, Pliskin's a lap down, and Faber's a lap down, although I think we're going to lose Wolf here. Wolf is 8 laps down, and he's going to be a factor in this. Now as Randolph goes for the lead. This racing's starting to pick up a little bit here. Tony Elliott Sr. has fallen off the cherry truck as well. He's down in 35th. He's down in 8th right now in the 35 car. Not where he wants to be, but now you're going to see the lead lap cars are going to have to deal with Tyler Faber. And again, this is where things start getting very shaky if you are a lead lap car. You've got to get these lap cars down correctly here. And we've seen a lot of interesting incidents here so far today with lap cars. We saw Pip Longstocking making a rather desperate move early. But looks like Faber's holding everybody except Myatt up. Myatt's got a huge lead right now, but he's going to get freight train. Here comes Thompson. He's going low. So Thompson's going to take over second. Here comes Bobby Jones. Thompson. Ooh, Kostra saw that coming, and Kostra went wide there. That's really smart of him there. Good move. Trek Tauger would be the next lap car to get by. Tauger is 7 laps down here, and he is not going to be nearly as nice to the pack here. Myatt has to dive underneath. Kostra goes to the high line here. Probably the smart move there. Oh, but they're all on the wall there trying to get by him there. Art is the only Nissan left, and I think he is still 2 laps down. Oh, Griffith is held up pretty badly by Tauger here. And again, it's down to whoever can manage these lap cars the best. I mean, we've really got the only full-time cars that are on the lead lap now. We've got Lamas, Hart, and the 2 Team Thunder cars. The rest are all part-time entries, or will be full-time entries soon. Myatt's going to get held up there by Wolf, and I think that's going to put Kostra in the lead. No, maybe not. Kostra backed off. And here we go. Tony and Elliott Sr. and Cody Lamas have been now lapped. So now it's 6 cars really with a shot to win this race with just under a little bit to go, and it is a true endurance race, but at the front of the field, these drivers are doing the best they possibly can now. And this is kind of what we expected with this race in particular. It's just staying on the lead lap, getting on the lead lap is so incredibly crucial. Randolph and Costra are holding with Myatt there. Griffith and Hart have fallen off the cherry train a little bit. Oh, we have a yellow flag here on lap 280. It is Joe Coleman blowing up the motor. He's had a tough day from pit road contact there, I believe on a caution a little bit ago. I think he got into Carroll Abbott there, and that's what caused the suspension issues on the Tesla. But Coleman would blow up, and we now have a yellow. This is going to... I don't know if it's going to really reset the field, because really there isn't anything we didn't already figure out was going to happen. But it's definitely going to make everybody have to think about probably making a quick pit stop under yellow. But coming back to the yellow flag, Tim Randolph in the 99 would blow up here and lose control of the car, getting up into the wall there. But Randolph would fall out of the race in the Kawartha Lakes car. So that's a big, big race contender out of this event, making it only 5 left on the lead lap. So it is Kenny Myatt, who is not a full-time car. I messed that up. Julius Costra, Noah Hart, Stephen Thompson, and Anthony Griffith on the lead lap. So Hart and Griffith are the only two on the lead lap, and away we go. Myatt got a great jump there. The entire top 5 really did. Here comes Vershegen with the top 5, trying to get by Wolf there. Wolf is very slow on that restart there. These lap cars are going to be a factor for one another to not trip over. And here we go. But the top 5 all did get away quite cleanly there, except Anthony Griffith does not look nearly as quick as some of the other cars do. But again, we're approaching the 4-hour mark in this event. It's been that slow of a race. Costra takes the lead. Credit where credit's due. Jared Vershegen now is 1 lap down. He's trying to get his lap back. He is in 6th position. If he can get by Costra and catch a quick yellow, he will be back on the lead lap. And then fighting for this American 700 win. He has come out of nowhere, really, out of these lap cars. He's had a pretty poor day. And now Vershegen is looking to be a driver that could contend for this American 700 victory if he gets back on the lead lap. Again, it's a big if, though. 83 had a tire go down. Tough break for the 83 car. That did separate out 3rd and 4th and 5th away from the leading 2 of Costra and Myatt here, and there is some debris on the track, but I don't think they're throwing the yellow for it because I think it's on the apron. Again, it's Costra and Myatt really are the drivers that we're watching right now. Berkman is a number of laps down with Anthony Griffith there. And they're trying to get by Colin Wolfe here. Wow, that's a slow car out there, Colin Wolfe is. And right now it's Vershegen and Costra kind of by themselves up there because Myatt has not found a way by Wolfe, and that's going to put him back in the clutches of Griffith, Hart, and Thompson. Oh, Noah Hart's lost a tire from 5th on the order. Actually, he was running 3rd on the order there. From the top 5, Noah Hart loses a tire, and they are throwing a yellow for it because now that is a danger out there, and I believe the 8 just got his lap back. I believe the 8 just got his lap back with that. So now, we'll check up on this, but I think Jared Vershegen is back on the lead lap, which is what we need. We need as many cars as we can get on the lead lap, and now with Vershegen is on the lead lap, good for him. What's interesting is the other Ferrari now of Aiden Shepard has lost a tire. So we've got both the 5 and the 16 having tire issues, and Vershegen did go around and get a lap back, so good on Jared Vershegen, but we might be losing Noah Hart in the process on the lead lap. Now we have race leader Kenny Myatt, or actually second placeman Kenny Myatt with a tire going down. So he's going to have to pit under yellow to get that fixed. So we've got tires going down like mad right now, and it looks like Costra's going to lead at the 600-mile mark. Julius Costra would lead at the 600-mile mark. We're already 4 hours and 11 minutes into this race. It's going to be one of the longest American 700s of all time. Costra leads. 6 cars on the lead lap. Got to keep in mind, everybody on the lead lap. What is what is Griffith doing? But everybody on the lead lap, with the exception of Myatt and Hart, have not pitted this cycle, so it should be interesting to see if Myatt and Hart will rocket up the order. What will Verstegen do? Verstegen hasn't been on the lead lap practically the entire race. I think it was like lap 20, he went a lap down. Now he's fighting for the American 700 crown. He won the ARCSOA Lights race earlier today, which is going to be interesting as well. We have only a handful of laps to go in this race. Thompson won the Baxter's last chance qualifying race. He wasn't even supposed to make the race, and is making the best of it. If it weren't for cars getting roomed of doomed, that would have been it. But here we go. Green flag flies, and we're to the final stages of this event. Here we go. Will all the lead lap cars get by the slow lap cars? It looks like it. Myatt did not get a good run, though, through there. Here we go. Are we done seeing yellow so far in this race? Bobby Jones, we know, is quick. And they're all trying to get by favor there. Here we go. Noah Hart diving down low with those new tires. Oh, but he might be pitting. He is. Noah Hart's got a loose wheel. Hart's coming down Pear Road. His American 700 hopes again are dashed. He's another one that's been close so many times to winning it, but can't. And it actually was an oil leak for Noah Hart, or some type of fluid leak, so they had to throw the yellow actually for it. Again, so that's 2 cautions in a row for Noah Hart there, and they're going to bring out the yellow flag again. There's been more yellows in this event than what there should have been, to say the least, but I think that might have actually put Noah a lap down. I think it might have put Noah Hart a lap down. I'm not sure if it did or didn't. So, here we go. We're going to check in again. Myatt has been a mediocre car a bit. He led early. He's been leading late. Verstegen has been a lap down the whole day and just got his lap back. Costra in the 94 car has been pretty strong all day. Steven Thompson has been one of, if him or the 40 are the 2 dominant cars of the day, although Thompson hasn't looked nearly as strong as this race has gone on. Anthony Griffith, and then Noah Hart, who might have a coolant leak. Griffith hasn't been the strongest car either, but he has these 6 all have a shot to win it. Then there's a number of cars 1 lap down. You've got the 92, the 29, the 82 is 1 lap down now, and he's had all kinds of issues, and Sam Oskin has all day. The 35 of Tony Elliott Sr. been slow all day. And then Cody Lamas has been quite slow all day as well. Myatt will lead the field back to the green flag, and away we go. Can we get some green flag racing in now? In this American 700, can Jared Verstegen win 2 races in a day, including the largest race of the entire year on debut? He is the ARCSOA Lights points leader, and he's going for the lead of the American 700. Here we go, Jared Verstegen. Looking down low here. Going up against one of the legends of the... Takumi Hirano has gotten his lap back right now, but he needs a quick yellow. And I don't think he's going to get it with this few cars out there. Bobby Jones originally had it back as well there. Kenny Myatt's trying the inside to make that work. Costra is leading over Thompson and Myatt and Hart there. Verstegen's falling back to 5th. 6th is Anthony Griffith, quite a little bit back there. However, a yellow would fly for Takumi Hirano's engine. And that's another yellow flag in this race. It has been by far the longest American 700. We're probably going to be approaching 5 hours with this race. It has been a slog to watch. It is well past 3 in the morning on the East Coast. Normally these races tend to end around 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. This has been a long one with the red flag in there too, with Longstocking taking down a bit of the fencing. It's been a long race. And I'm not sure why, but if you can see on the board, they labeled Hirano as accident, even though he blew up. Yeah, not sure about that one, but Team Thunder, you got to keep in mind, Team Thunder's got 2 of their cars in this. Could they work together? And they're actually nose to tail right now. Could they work together to get up the field? Is a big question here. They won the other crown jewel event we've run so far at Road Atlanta with Sean Perkins. It's just going to be very interesting to see how this is going to play out. Steven Thompson will lead the field back to the green. We've got just under 30 to go, or just over 30 to go in this race. Green flag is out. Will that be the final caution is a good question now. Noah Hart is in third. Hart has never won the American. None of these drivers have ever won the American 700 before. Tauger did many years ago, it seems like, but here we go once again here. It looks like Bobby Jones is trying to get back on the lead lap because Bobby Jones needs to get on the lead lap as quickly as possible here. Not going to get it that time, though. Can Noah Hart in the Ferrari win this? He goes by Costra. Here he goes now. He's got to catch Thompson, though. That's what he has to do. Aiden Shepard had to come down pit road. He's going to hold up Costra and Myatt, it looks like. Meanwhile, that's going to help Thompson and Hart in the lead of this race here. Myatt's going to have to go basically on the apron with Costra by, and Vershagen's going to follow. I've noticed Vershagen's doing whatever Myatt's doing, which is probably a smart idea right here. Here we go. Anthony Griffith, I think, just got third. Yeah, Anthony Griffith up into P3. Question is, can they catch Steven Thompson? There are some slower cars out there, but they're not going to be a factor for a bit. The top 6 are all astute now with just over 20 to go. It's Thompson, Costra, Hart. It looks like Vershagen maybe isn't astute with them yet, but he will be in a second, I think. Again, here comes Costra now. First move of the lead that we're going to see at the end of this race. Costra going for it now. A couple of drivers we have never even heard of, really. I mean, Steven Thompson's attempted this race a couple of times as a one-off. Never really gone full time. Noah Hart now trying the outside to work. Here comes those lap cars we were worried about. And these lap cars could determine, realistically, who wins this. Myatt got into the fence there a little bit there, so he fell to the back of the line there. It looks like Thompson also is leading this race very astutely. He's got the strongest car right now. Here comes Noah Hart down low on Costra. Not going to get it done, though. Not going to get it done there. He's going to drop to the back of the line, I think. Here we go now. It is Colin Wolfe and Tyler Thaver are going to be a big factor. It already looks like Thompson's going to take the right move, take the high line here. Oh, but maybe not. He is going to get held up there. Costra takes the lead. Whoever goes low is probably going to be the cars to watch. Looks like Hart goes low. Myatt goes low. That's a veteran move there by those two. And Anthony Griffith joins them. Looks like the big losers in this are going to be Thompson and Vershagen. And actually, Thompson's going to be hurt worse than Vershagen. Thompson still is stuck behind them. For a whole lap, Thompson goes from the lead to 6th. That's not what you want if you're Steven Thompson. Russ Pliskin's the next factor. And Pliskin hasn't been the best back marker today. Holds up Costra. This is going to pack everybody back up again. Who's going to be able to go low first? It looks like Hart's trying to. Actually, it looks like here comes Ard trying to get one of his 2 laps back. He's going to be the one to first go low. Noah Hart's going to the lead. And that actually really helps Stephen Thompson now. Kostra and Myatt are being held up massively here. And now, it's now the turn of Noah Hart to lead this event. The 83 had a tire go down, so we hope that's not going to affect anybody else in this race, as Griffith now leads over Vershegen now in second, with Myatt and Kostra, Hart, and Thompson all blanket overthrowing all 6 of them. And this is the type of racing we have grown to see with the American 700 in the past. These lap cars might be a problem again here as Kostra and Thompson are going for the lead here. With only a handful to go in this race. Thompson and Kostra both have not done the best job getting through these lapped cars. And they should be a factor. Again, more problems for Sean Ard. Apparently that tire going down did more damage to it than we thought it did. Thompson now going back for the lead. With 6 laps to go, Thompson leads, but those 2 lap cars are up there, and they were a big factor earlier in this race. Or in this run, that is. Noah Hart and Kenny Myatt with Kostra are doing battle a little further back. Vershegen and Griffith have fallen way back, but it's all going to be down to how these lap cars affect the race, I think. I think this race is going to be determined by how Stephen Thompson handles these next couple of seconds. They are side by side down the straightaway here. What is Thompson going to do? He is going to take the high line. This possibly just cost Stephen Thompson the win. Myatt's going to go low and get by them. With only coming to 4 to go, Thompson and Vershegen have possibly just lost this race. Right here. 5 wide. Look at Vershegen. You can see the desperation's kicking up now. Ard rejoins the race. Kostra going for the lead now. But Myatt with 4 to go is never won the American 700, never won a one-off race. And now Kenny Myatt is looking for it. Kostra came here to America just to race in this event. Looks like Anthony Griffith there. We are a little concerned about tire wear here. Kostra going for the lead with 3 to go. Stephen Thompson's done. He's not coming back from that with 3 to go. Berkman is a lap car to watch here. Pliskin. Ooh, Pliskin on the last lap could be a factor. He is going quite slowly out there. Pliskin on the last lap could be a factor. Kostra leads this event. Myatt and Hart are there. You've got Kostra, a driver who's never even started an ARCSOA Elite Series race, going up against 2 of the most experienced drivers in the field. Kostra takes with 2 to go. Kostra, I think, has a better car, but it's all going to come down to lap traffic, I think. Myatt's going to try and set him up, though. He's already going to try low. He's not going to let Kostra make the decision. Where to go? Myatt on the last lap's going to try and make the move. Not going to make it there, but it's going to be Pliskin is going to be a factor here. Myatt and Kostra go. Here goes Myatt down low. Kostra makes the move work there, but Myatt's there. It's the white flag. And I think Kostra just had the run he needed there. There's nothing in front there that's going to affect this race. It's going to be Myatt v. Kostra. Myatt v. Kostra for this event. Julius Kostra might pull up the ultimate upset here for a team that no one can pronounce. And I think he was the last car in. Myatt doesn't seem to have it. Julius Kostra comes through turns 3 and 4. And I think he's gonna do it. Julius Kostra, out of nowhere, wins the American 700. Kenny Myatt was so close once again to winning it. Barring any technical failures, Julius Kostra just won the American 700 in an upset that I don't think anyone could have imagined for this team. They're up and down like no one's business right now. They are affiliated a bit with the MDR team, but they use BMWs, and they're affiliated a bit with the Hadeland Sport team. simply because they use BMWs. I think that is how they're affiliated with them. There's no real affiliation there, but Julius Kostra somehow just pulled this off. And the Ukrainian driver pulls it off. A driver who is normally used to open wheel racing in the Super Formula League, Julius Kostra, I don't know how, but has won this race. Got to go in through the qualifiers. Didn't look particularly strong in the qualifiers, to be honest with you. But barring any technical issues, has won this race. Kenny Myatt brings it home second. Noah Hart and Kenny Myatt. I mean, what can you say? They've tried so many times to win this race, and second and third right there. Jared Vershagen's going to have a bright future in the ARCSOA Elite Series. He's currently leading the ARCSOA Lights points. He's going to, I think, run the rest of the ARCSOA Elite Series season. I don't even know if Kostra's team's going to run Userod Motorsports. I don't even know if they're going to run it the rest of the year. They've got 2 cars, so they can try and go for it. And with the amount on the constructors' standings that they're going to pick up from this is just going to be insane. Team Thunder is making out like a fat rat. They got 2 cars at the top 5 in this. Jared Vershagen, Anthony Griffith, and Stephen Thompson, Fordale Enterprises has got to be really happy about that. Bobby Jones, Samit Oskin, Tony Elliott Sr., Cody Lamas, Tyler Berkman, Aiden Shepard, Dane Bradley, Russ Pliskin, Joshua Michaels, Tyler Faber, Trek Tauger, Alex Rowe, Sean Ard 10 laps down there at the end, and Colin Wolfe there. Hirano, Randolph, Coleman, Byrne, and Pericles all didn't finish the race with various issues, but they all came home with points despite not finishing the race. Davidson, Abbott, Bolt, Faust, Longstocking, Freeze, Speeds, Woodard, Moore, Griffin, Hadeland, Turner, Harley Fordale, Matthews, Dunbar, Fitzgerald, and Sanders all did not finish this race and all will not score points, but who would have believed that Julius Kostra is an American 700 champion? I mean, this is one of the biggest upsets in American 700 history, and what was quite possibly a very strange American 700 with so many cautions for mechanical problems. We did not think it'd be a mechanical problem race, but apparently these cars are very reliable in the first bit of it, but don't in the second bit. It's almost been 5 hours since the green flag flew in this race, and yeah, it's been a showing, to say the least. It's been one that is certainly going to be one to remember. So, after the American 700, Noah Hart has opened up a humongous point lead right now, obviously because he was really, him and Anthony Griffith were the only 2 that were really up there at the end. With that, Anthony Griffith did go a little further down the order. Abbott, Faust, Freeze, Thaber, Woodard, Moore, Pericles, Lamas, Ard, Greg Woodard, Ryan Griffin, Dylan Speeds, Bobby Jones, Ryan Matthews, Lance Kelvin, DJ Curtis, Zayden Davidson, Austin Sanders. As we keep going down the order, there's Anthony Griffin. He needed that more than anything. Ayapo Anselmi, Aiden Shepard, Rich Roy, Takumi Hirano. Actually, the Roy Inc. team, they really fell off the bandwagon there. Eric Monaco, Sean Perkins, Ingrid Hadland, Russ Pliskin, Ethan Kiterman, Carter Fitzgerald. There's Julius Kostra up in 150 points there for Userod. Team Thunder there for Kenny Myatt. Team Thunder is going to look really strong there now that you've got 3 drivers on that high on points. Pip Longstocking, Allison Holiday, Caitlin Tannerhill, Daniel Bouchard, Jared Vershagen, Zachary Fitzwater, Stephen Thompson, Samit Oskin, Sevar Ilkin, Tony Elliott Sr., Zolt Dormitory, Tyler Berkman, Mika Miyazaki, Chester Lester Wester, Kai Dry, Dane Bradley is in 48th. 49th is Joshua Michaels. 50th is Ty Silverspoon. 51st is Trek Tauger. 52nd is Austin Silverspoon. Alex Rowe is 53rd. Colin Wolfe, 54th. 55th goes to Tim Randolph. And then the 2 Horizon Autosport cars are 56th and 57th in points, but keep in mind they've only attempted 1 race. But they are going to be coming back for more races later when we start doing this. And this is all points with the exception of if somebody Room of Dooms. If we have not done the process of tech inspection yet, so if somebody Room of Dooms, who knows, Kenny Mai could win this race. Who knows? Let's take a look at your constructor standings. And now, barring any technical issues in post-race tech, Toyota Racing Development is on 905 points, constructors-wise. Dominion and Caraway on 881. Ferrari on 851. They jumped up quite a lot. Marlon got 4 cars in the points, or have 4 cars on the board. Tesla was 779. Lycoya down to 6 with 764. Bradley Automotive, they had quite a lot get points as well with 656. Nissan with 639, and then Team Thunder jumps up into the top 10. And keep in mind that we know of the top 10 will be locked in because we are going to get more cars coming next week at in Golden State Motorsports Park that are going to try and get into this try and get into the race full time. So Hadeland Sport, gosh, how the mighty have fallen there. Hadeland Sport is out. Roy Inc. is out. Matthews is out. Ford Performance Technology is out. Honda is still out. Pass is out. Mid-Atlantic is out. Middle Deutschland's out. Userrod obviously is still out. They're up there. That's surprising. Landry Racing is out. Landry, we know, is going full-time the rest of the year. Minervini is out. Michelson is out. Blameless is out. Fordale is out. Caspian is out. ARCSOA America is out. And Horizon Autosports and Kawartha Lakes Racing are out. And we know Peugeot is coming next week. We do know that. But with that being said, there might have to eventually, if we get too many cars that are attempting to pre-qualify, we might have to allow Hadeland Sport to go in. We might have to allow 11th place to go in. Now, granted, there is a big gap between 11th and 10th, so Hadeland Sport's hoping that there's going to be a couple more teams showing up full-time. We do know Fordale's bringing 2 cars full-time. I'm unsure about Caspian. They've talked about it. Horizon Autosports is. Kawartha Lakes we don't think is. Peugeot is. I'm unsure about Userrod, but now that they've scored wins, now that they've got an American 700 victory under their belt, I mean, who knows what they're going to do with 150. Landry, we're pretty sure is, because they're going to run for Shagan, and I believe another driver that hasn't been announced yet. And with that being said, things are going to get mighty challenging at the top of the grid. I believe Ozkin and Connor Monaco might run Caspian's entry going forward, but we're unsure of that. But it has been a thrilling win for Julius Kostra. A shocking win, might I also add. Heartbreak for Kenny Mai. You could just see him on the pit wall, just dejected that he didn't win that. Noah Hart, same way. They've tried so many times to win this race, and they haven't been able to do it this time. But to be honest, Julius Kostra really showed what he's made of there. And now, going into the next race, if Kostra stays around, that could be a driver to watch. But with that being said, we will see you at Golden State Motorsports Park next week.